everybody, this is Margarita with Tailspin Farms. Today I wanted to show you how I can beans. I'm going to do some black beans and some pinto beans because we like those beans to cook with and put them in our meals, soups, and whatever else we're cooking. So since it's cold outside and wet and rainy, I thought it'd be a good day to be canning. I just went ahead and purchased a bag of the black beans. This one will do 6-quart jars, and my canner holds 7 jars. So what I'll do is go ahead and do one of the pinto, 1 jar of pinto beans. Turn off my burner over here. I got my hot water boiling so I can pour it over them. So let me get the rest of my stuff rounded up, and okay everybody, I made a boo-boo. I accidentally erased my last video on how you do this step before you put your beans into your canner. So basically, you take your jar, you make sure your jars are in the oven. I warm mine in the oven and get them nice and hot to sterilize them. You wash and clean your jars first, dry them, make sure they're dried out real good, put it in the oven. I did mine at 250 and I let them sit there and get very hot. Then you boil your canning lids. And you want the little seal to be nice and hot, and then it just vacuums to your jar when you put the lid on. Okay, so you will take your beans. I'm doing pinto beans. I did pinto beans and black beans is what I have in the canner already. And you rinse your beans really good first. Take out all the rocks and sand or whatever. Then it's for a quart jar, it is 1 cup of beans. If you're gonna do pint jars, it's a half a cup. So you put them in. Oh, and don't forget your salt. I forgot it. Salt, we like to use sea salt. So I put a half a teaspoon in mine, just because I don't want it to be real super duper salty. You can put a tablespoon in, but I know when we go to cook, we season our food. So that's that step. Then you get your water boiling, and you pour it into your jar as I spill it everywhere. And you want your water up to the ring right there. I ran out. Imagine that. So you put that on there up to that ring. You take your little canning tool and you use this lip, and you want it to be right at the bottom of this when you put it in your jar. And it's about there. So then you put your lid on and your seal and your ring. Tighten it down, then you put it in your pressure cooker. So now we can go to my pressure cooker. I've already got them going. And it's starting to spew a little bit and getting built up. We have a Presto pressure cooker canner. And what we want to do is, once this steam gets coming out really good for about 10 minutes, we will wait. It's not really got going real good yet. So once this gets going really good, we'll wait about 10 minutes, get it really hot. Then we will put our weight on it. Once we put this weight on it, then we want it to build up to 10 to 12 PSIs for our level of altitude. There you go. And so for the pint jars, you would, if you're doing pint jars, you would cook it for 1 hour, 10 minutes. For the quart jars, you need to do it for 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's after you put your little weight on it.
Pressure builds up.
And then once we get this going, and I'll show you, we'll come back. So hopefully I won't make a boo-boo again. And we'll come back and I'll show you when we put this on. Okay, we've let it cook or boil or pressure for 1 hour and a half. And we turned off the heat and let it sit here and cool off so it's safe to pull off the weight. And we're going to take the lid off. And you can still see the steam coming out. Whew. And there they are. And we're going to take them out and set them on the counter. And get my jar holder thing. Let's see. They're all like cooked and brown. And they'll sit here and you'll get to hear the some of the jar lids start popping. This one's still boiling. So, and you hear the pop. And these are the black beans. They're just popping up a storm for us. That's a good sign. This one was the pinto bean. Here